This is our video project. The first true and false question is, the vertical asymptote of the graph p of x equals 1 over x plus 5 is at x equals minus 5. It is true that the vertical asymptote of the graph p of x equals 1 over x plus 5 is at x equals minus 5, because when the number of the denominator is positive, you move it to the left on the x-axis, so the result of the number is negative.
The first procedure question is f of x equals 3 over x squared minus 9. The graph has a vertical asymptote at 3, negative 3 because of the zeros of the denominator. The horizontal asymptote is y equals 0 because the numerator has no degree and the denominator has a degree of 2. And that means that n is less than n. There is non-x-intercept because the numerator has no. The y-intercept is at negative 1/3 because you have to evaluate f0 and simplify the problem. There is no coordinate of whole because the equation has no repeating factors to cancel out. The domain of the graph is x is an element of all real numbers except x equals negative 3 and 3 because of the asymptotes. And the range of the graph is y is an element of all real numbers except y equals 0 because there is no line that touches the y-axis. The second procedure problem is f of x that has three equations. X to the second power minus 1 is x less than negative 3. Then 5 is negative 3 less than or equals to x less than 4. Then 4x plus 2 is x is greater than 4. When you substitute the value of f of x in the previous problem, you check in which of the inequalities fits correctly. When you find the correct option, you perform the operation to find the value of the established f of x. For example, in the first problem, f of negative 6, you substitute the value of negative 6 in the first equation, and the answer gives you 35. Then, you substitute the value of negative 3 for the next equation in the second equation, and the answer is 5. Then f of x equals 4. You substitute the value of 4 in the third equation, and the answer gives you undefined. You substitute the value of 1 in the second equation, and the answer gives you 5. Then you substitute the value of 8 in the third equation, and the answer gives you 34. Thank you for watching the video of Milena, Cordelia, and Mariana.